Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jamie, aka Rick here, and this is going to be a Warlock talent video for Mists of Pandaria. But first of all, I'd just like to say sorry for not posting a video in a few days. I went to Download Festival, which is a metal and rock festival in the UK. It was awesome. I got insanely sunburnt, as you can see, and I bought this stupid hat, which is actually awesome. But yeah, anyway, so I'm going to try and get back to normal, you know, once every few days. Before I went away, I was hitting one every 3 days exactly, which I liked. You know, it was steady, it was, you know, reliable. I like that. So I'm going to try and get back to that. But anyway, into the video now, and we're going to head straight in with level 15 talents, okay? So Dark Regeneration is first. Restores 50% of your maximum health and increases all healing received by 25% over 20 seconds. That's pretty cool. So it's like that warrior one. Last Stand. No, it's not. I read restores as received. No, it's just like, you know, you get half your health back, which is pretty cool, and increases all healing you get by 25%. So if you're in a lot of trouble, you know, this can apply to PvE and PvP, obviously. If you're getting burnt down, you know, in PvP, you can pop this, you get 50% of your health back, and then, you know, whoever's healing you, if they're struggling or they fail, then they, you know, they get a little bit of help by getting an extra 25%. And in PvE, obviously, if you've got a heavy damage phase, and or you stand in the fire for whatever reason, you can get, you know, it's basically a save my life button, which is pretty cool, I have to admit. And you got Soul Leech. Your Shadow Bolt, Incinerate, and Malefic Grasp heal you for 15% of the damage dealt. I think that is awesome. It's like a constant heal, you know, it's like Shadow Priests, basically. Whenever they do damage, they heal themselves with, I think it's Vampiric Touch, I think the spell. That is pretty cool, I like that ability. Obviously it has got its uses in PvE, if there's like high AoE damage phases, and they last for a long time. I could imagine that being really, really useful, just to help out your healers a little bit. But for the most part, you know, you shouldn't be taking that much damage. So, yeah. But anyway, in PvP, that is awesome, because every time you do damage with those spells, which are your main 3 spells, I'm guessing for each of the trees, you'll be healing yourself, which is obviously great. There's nothing bad about that. So, yeah, I like that one. I like Soul Leech. This one is even better. Harvest Life. Drains the life from all enemies within 15 yards of the target, causing 107 shadow damage and restoring 4% of the caster's total health every 1 second, lasts 6 seconds. Replaces Drain Life. So this isn't like a cooldown ability, you don't have to press this and then like 3 minutes later you can press it again. This is spammable. You can spam the crap out of this spell. So if you've got, say, a Hungering Cold, you know, you got a Death Knight, he's popped Hungering Cold. You're a little bit low on health, running there, smash Harvest Life, you're draining the crap out of all of those people. It's so good in PvP. This would be brilliant. And it links in with a spell that Druids? Now, Warlocks get later on. I'll get it right eventually. But yeah, I'll mention that when we get to it. So, I think it's really cool. I love that spell. Just the fact that, you know, just imagine you standing in the middle, there's like all these green lines coming off you, and people are dying everywhere. It'd be pretty sick to see. So, we'll move on to level 30. Howl of Terror. Howl, causing 5 enemies within 10 yards to flee in terror for 8 seconds. Damage caused may interrupt the effect. When hit by a damaged attack, the cooldown of Howl of Terror is reduced by 1 second. That is a PvP talent, most certainly. Because there's not really many times in the dungeon where you use that. You know, crowd control, yes, not fears. Fears are really bad sometimes in dungeons. You know, you can fear a mob, yeah, it saves your life, but it runs into another pack and pulls those and wipes the whole group. That's not good, is it? So, I don't like fears in that respect, unless there's a glyph which makes them, instead of running in fear, cower on the spot. Which there is at the moment for some like fears, like the priest one. I'm pretty sure you can get a glyph that does that, which is cool. Then it's got a use, because, you know, it's basically a crowd control. But this at the moment is a PvP talent solely, I'd imagine. You got Mortal Coil. Reduces the enemy target. What? Reduces? I swear, my eyes. I know I've only just woken up, but... Causes the enemy target to run in horror for 3 seconds. The caster restores 25% of their maximum health if the target is horrified. So it's basically, you know, if they get horrified by this, which I don't know if that makes them run longer, or if it's literally just if it hits them. I'm not really sure in that respect. Maybe if they are immune to it, or, you know, they trinket out of it. I don't really know if they're horrified. I don't really know what that means. Maybe it means if they run in horror for the full 3 seconds, then you get your 25% health back. Or it might mean if it hits them, then you get 25% health back, which is pretty cool. That could have its uses in PvE, but not that much. Again, there's quite a big PvP talent, I'd say. Health regen, that along with like one of the first 3 would be pretty sick. Like Warlocks are gonna have some pretty sick survivability in Mists of Pandaria by the looks of it in PvP, which would be pretty cool. So I've just started finally leveling one. Well, level 81, quite almost finished leveling it, but yeah. Anyway, Shadow Fury. This is the one I was talking about earlier. Links with Harvest Life. Shadow Fury is unleashed, stunning all enemies within 8 yards for 3 seconds. So you pop that, pop Shadow Fury, pop Harvest Life. As you'll see, this is within 8 yards, right? So that's pretty close. And then it's for 3 seconds. So Harvest Life lasts 6 seconds, but it's 15 yards. So, you know, you'll get that first 3 seconds where you'll drain them. And then if they haven't, you know, maybe they're not a warrior, they can't, like, you know, rush away, then, you know, you're going to get that second 3 seconds as well. So you're going to get the full Harvest Life off of them, which is pretty sweet, I have to say. So you get, what you get? Basic maths. I don't know, it's too early for basic maths. Well, it'd be 24% of your health. Well, that's way too long. I look like a retard now. But yeah, you'll get 24% of your health back. That would be pretty cool. That's on a 30-second cooldown, so it's still not that long, to be honest. Wait a minute. That's a 30-yard range there. I just noticed that. So this is something that you can put down, like a Death and Decay, you know, that kind of thing. You can click it, choose where to put it, and then press it, which is pretty cool. So you can choose where to stun someone. That is insanely good. I just noticed that. So it's 30 yards, you know, around you, and you can put it down somewhere, and it will be 8 yards around that it will do that stun. That is pretty damn cool, I have to admit. That gives it a whole nother use than what I just said. Yeah, obviously you could plonk it down yourself, but, you know, there's someone running away, or there's like a mob running away from a pack in a dungeon. You know, you pop this, bang, they're stunned for like 3 seconds. That allows you to get back to them, you know, or just finish them off in general. That is pretty damn cool, I've got to admit. I love that spell. I'll definitely be taking that. Sweet. Level 45, we've got Soul Link first, which is already in the game. When active, all damage and healing the Warlock takes is shared with the active demon. The damage cannot be prevented, lasts as long as the demon is active and controlled. I'm not sure if it does the healing part in the game right now, but it definitely does do the damage part. So all damage you received is shared with your demon, which is pretty damn cool. I'm not sure if it receives the healing you receive as well, but I might have to go and check that. But I don't think it does. So anyway, next one. Sacrificial Pact. 100-yard range, your demon sacrifices half its current health to shield its master for 300% of the sacrificed health. That is insane. It is like a massive shield, because your demons like scale really well. You know, they've got maybe 10k less health than you, something like that. They scale pretty damn high. So if you take half of that, say, you know, 50k HP, times that by 300, that is a lot of HP. You know, that is a damn lot of HP. So, Yeah, that's a big arse shield that you're going to be holding on there. Doesn't say how long the shield lasts. Oh, it does. Lasts 20 seconds. There you go. So you've got a 300% of that, you know, a lot of health for 20 seconds. Which is pretty damn cool. Again, kind of a panic button. If you're getting burnt down in PvP or you've taken aggro in PvE for some weird reason, then yeah, that's pretty damn cool. It's a big shield, nonetheless. Dark Bargain prevents all damage for 10 seconds. When the shield fades, 50%. Sorry. When the shield fades, 50% of the damage prevented is dealt over 20 seconds. That is pretty damn awesome as well. But you do take the damage once it fades. So what is that? There's a spell similar to that in the game already, pretty sure. Where you know, it prevents a lot of damage, but you get some of that damage dealt back onto you after the time. You know, it's kind of like Cauterize, that thing. It saves your life, but it slowly kills you. So if you don't receive health, then you won't, you know, if you don't receive healing, you won't live, you know, you'll still die. So it's not quite as, you know, extreme as that, but unless the damage you got over that 10 seconds was insanely high, then yeah, you should be okay to, you know, live by yourself. If you got Soul Leech, you just start pew-pewing, you know, shadow bolts around and stuff, and you'll be alright. Blood Fear. This is level 60 talents. Costs 10% of maximum health. Instantly strikes fear into the enemy, causing it to run in fear for up to 20 seconds. Damage caused may interrupt the effect. Fear. A Warlock can only inflict fear upon one target at a time. That's pretty damn cool, I gotta admit. Yeah, it's 10% of your maximum health, but if you've got Soul Leech or Harvest Life, something like that, you can easily get that back. You know, 10% is not that much. And for a 20-second fear, that is ridiculous. That is a lot of, like, fear time. If you haven't got a trinket and you get hit by that in PvP, you're like, almost want to die. You literally want people to kill you, because that is a long fear. In PvE, if there is a glyph that stops them from fleeing and causes them to quiver on the spot, that is an awesome CC. You know, that is a pretty sick CC. Yeah, it costs 10% of your maximum health, but if you haven't got any CC in your group, then it'll do. You know, it will have to do. That's a pretty cool talent. Burning Rush. Drains 5% of your maximum health per second to increase your movement speed by 50%. Lasts until cancelled. That's pretty cool. It works in a similar way to that Warlock spell where they blast fire everywhere. I can't remember what it's called. Is it Hellfire or something? I'm not sure. But yeah, that basically it keeps taking your HP and doing damage until you cancel it. So you can kill yourself. Like this, you will be able to kill yourself if you want to, or you forget to turn it off. But that's another panic button. I have a lot of panic buttons in their talent tree, Warlocks. You know, oh crap, I'm taking damage, do this. Oh my god, someone's catching up with me, do this. I wonder if you'll be able to carry a flag with this. If you can, that would be pretty damn sick. You know, if you got a druid healing you, fucking just stack those hots up. And, you know, I'm pretty sure they could heal 5% of your HP every few seconds. You know, or 10% every few seconds. Because druids do a lot of healing, so that is pretty damn sick. I like that. I approve of that spell in PvP, most certainly. Next one. Unbound Will. Purges all stuns, disorients, roots, and magic effects from the Warlock. Costs 25% of the Warlock's maximum HP. That is pretty sick. PvE, not really. You know, you won't really need that. Unless maybe if they do actually allow Warlocks to tank, that could be pretty damn cool. You know, obviously, it's not really, because it costs that much health, it's not that good. But say you're off tanking, you know, your main tank needs you to switch now, but you've still got a debuff on you or something like that, then you can hit that and it will clear that. And if something like that is really situational, you know, that you'll actually need to use that in PvE. But PvP, that is pretty cool. It's basically another trinket button, but it costs you a bit of health. But again, if you've got, you know, you could hit that, releases all your stuns, smash Shadow Fury, smash a bit of Harvest Life, and then keep running. You know, it's pretty cool. You're back up, probably more health, or almost as much health as you were to start with. So, pretty cool. Not bad. And if you've got, like, say, a Warlock chasing you as well, it will get rid of all of these, like, you know, dots, maybe. Magic effects. I suppose dots are curses, aren't they? I don't know. But it could be good, depending. Next one, we'll move on. I'm not really good at Warlocks, don't worry. Level 75. Grimoire. Is that how you say it? Grimoire. I've always wondered how you say that word, but I'm going to say it like that. If it pisses you off, then let me know. Grimoire of Supremacy. You command stronger demons, replacing your normal minions. These demons deal 10% additional damage and have more powerful abilities. Spells learnt: summon Fellfire Imp, no, just Fell Imp. Summon Void Lord. Summon Shivan. Summon Observer. Summon Abyssal. And summon Terror Guard. So they're pretty damn cool. I want to know what they look like. I might try and find that and put pictures in like a little display after this video. You know, after I've read through all the talents and summarised and stuff. I'll try and get pictures of those. If I can't, I'm sorry. I'll do my best though. Right. Grimoire of Service. Instantly summons a second demon who fights for 30 seconds. 2-minute cooldown. So every 30 seconds, no, every 2 minutes for 30 seconds you get a second demon. That is insane, you know. Demons do a decent amount of damage. And if you've got 2 of them, you know, that's only like a minute and a half every 2 minutes that you haven't got a second demon. So that's quite powerful. That could do a lot of damage. Obviously, in burst phases you'll use this. But since it's such a short cooldown, you want to be using it on cooldown. You want to obviously have it up for burst phases. So if your next burst phase is in like 1.5 minutes, don't use it. But if it's more than 2 minutes away, then just keep spamming this. I'm actually really looking forward to getting that spell. It's pretty good. Grimoire of Sacrifice. You sacrifice your demon to gain increased damage and health. Lasts 15 minutes. Summoning another demon cancels the effect. That is a lot. 15 minutes, you get increased damage and HP. That is insanely good. Like, if your demon's about to die, and you just hit that, you know, just because, you know, you don't... It makes up for not having your demon, because you get increased damage. That is pretty damn sick. I like that. I approve of that spell. See, I'm not sure what one I would want to take between Service and Sacrifice. Supremacy, not really bothered. Depending on what they look like. If they look fucking awesome, then yeah. But that is pretty sick, getting a second one. And getting increased damage yourself is pretty sick as well. If it's a fight where, you know, there's a lot of melee damage and pets usually die, then if it's about to die, smash that, mega damage, pew pew, and you'll be topping those charts if you're not bad. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that spell. We'll move on. These are the cool ones. Alright, level 91s for Warlocks are damn cool. Alright, we got Archimonde's Vengeance. Curse an enemy, causing them to suffer 30% of all damage you take. Lasts 10 seconds. Passive. Enemies who attack you will suffer 5% of all damage they deal to you. This effect is disabled while on cooldown. So, basically, if you take this, you'll always have Archimonde's Vengeance, the passive. You'll always be dealing 5% damage of what they deal to you, to them. That is pretty sick. But, if you use it, it causes them to suffer 30% of, 30% of all damage you take. Lasts 10 seconds. It doesn't say how long the cooldown is, which is, you know, kind of needed. If the cooldown is longer than 10 seconds, a bit of a shame. But if it's 10 seconds, then why, you know, that is awesome. Because you're either dealing 5% damage back or 30 at all times. Yeah, it says this effect is disabled while on cooldown. So obviously you won't have the 5% and 30%. But I'm not sure how long it stays on cooldown for after that 10 seconds. But, you know, I'm sure that will become clear soon enough. But that sounds pretty damn cool for PvP. Not so much for PvE. But PvP, definitely that is awesome. Killjaden's Cunning. You can cast and channel while moving, but doing so doubles the cast time or period of the spell. Has good points and bad points. I'm not sure. Yeah, so if you stay still, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't double the cast time or periods of your spells. So it'd just be like normal. But instead of having to press a button and then be able to run while casting, you can just run while casting, no matter what. That is pretty damn cool. That could actually be really helpful. Maybe in some PvE fights, like I know this is like completely like irrelevant now, but the last phase of, or one of the last phases of, what's his name, Ragnaros, where he's he's got that fire on the floor, there's like crap flying everywhere, he needs to be moving all the time, and even the legs phase, you need to be moving a lot in that, so that could be quite helpful in that phase if there's another boss kind of similar to that, where you need to be moving a lot, moving around. But for the most part, bit lame, doubles the cast time. That is a lot. Shadow Bolt is a long spell anyway, but double that, you'll be casting that for like a day and a half. It's got good benefits, but the drawbacks are quite heavy, so I'm not a big fan of that. Mana of Fury increases the radius of your non-talent area of effect spells by 200%. So it doesn't include Shadow Fury, unfortunately. Like a Rain of Fire, I think that other thing I was talking about earlier, that whatever it is, that Hellfire thing, where you like basically are blowing up and causing AoE damage, that as well. I'm not sure what else AoE spells Warlocks have, but because I'm pretty terrible. But yeah, those two, I know those two. I don't even know the name of one of them, but anyway, that's pretty cool. Extra AoE damage. So if you've got a big pack of mobs that some of them don't get hit by your AoE sometimes, then talentless, do extra damage. But personally, for PvE, I actually can't find one that I like. There isn't one there that instantly grabs me and goes, that's a PvE talent. If I'm building a PvP Warlock, it's that one, hands down. There's nothing else matters. But yeah, you don't really need any other talent. Any other of those for PvP is completely useless. But that one is amazing. PvE, there isn't really one that sticks out for me. Maybe if they take the double, if they reduce this on Killjaden's Cunning to less than double, because double is a bit harsh. When you've got Shadow Bolt, for example, as such a long spell, doubling that cast time just makes it like longer than Pyroblast, I would imagine, which is ridiculous. That is insane. But yeah, it's not good. Not good for PvE Warlocks at the moment. I can't see anyway. But anyway, overall, there's some pretty sweet talents in there. I've got to admit, there's a really interesting tree. I can see PvP Warlocks being like overpowered again. They always have been quite good, But this just gives them even more tools and tricks that they can use to get away, to basically own your face and cause you to kill yourself, stuff like that. You're maybe on like a few % health, and so's he. He's got Soul Leech, so he's casting Shadow Bolts and getting health back, and you're hammering on him, and he's got Archimonde's Vengeance up, he pops it, and you kill yourself. That'd be pretty funny. But yeah, it's just people like whirlwinding you to death, or trying to. They're actually killing themselves. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, overall, Warlocks, thumbs up, really good talent tree, except the last line for PvE. It's not really anything there that you'll need. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.